W- Did it, purchasing the home at this point in time, do you remember how much that home cost?
I believe it was $350,000.
And did you and Mr. Brewer have to put down a sizable down payment in order to buy that house?
I think, I can't remember if we put money down, but it was one of those, I think it was 100% financed, interest only kind of thing.
Okay. What was your financial situation at that point in time when you were buying the house?
I was in a pretty solid financial position. I had a lot of money in the bank saved. Well, by a lot, I mean about 10 or 12,000. Which I think at that point in my life was the most I'd saved ever. And I had very good credit. Daryl had good credit. He had, I think, a Roth IRA or something that he was also, saving for retirement. So he was invested as well.
So when did you, if you can recall, when did you move into the home? When did you close on the house?
I believe it was June 2005 that we were actually going to move to Sacramento, and we were looking around the area there. So we made an offer on a house in Fair Oaks, which is a city right outside of Sacramento. And the owners accepted our offer. We checked out the house. We really liked it. And the day after our offer was accepted, the plan was we were going to take his son and keep him full-time, and he would visit his mother in La Quinta. And so the day after our offer was accepted, she decided that she wanted him to come live with her and continue the same custody agreement. So at that point, the Sacramento area wasn't feasible anymore for Daryl, and I wasn't able to buy a house without him, and of course I wanted to be with him because we were still together. So
just so we're clear too, she is, in this story, she is Daryl's ex-wife, right?
Yes.
Jack's mother.
Jack's mother.
Okay.
So I came over to his house the day after. We're just really high on the fact that we're going to get a house, and we're excited. And he was just hanging up the phone, and he said, I don't remember what he said, but he was, sorry.
Well, Jodi, why don't we talk about the point in time then you make this offer in this house near Sacramento. You don't get that. Tell us how you wind up in the house that you wound up in.
Well, we decided that he needed to be nearer to his son. So we checked out schools and real estate prices in Palm Desert, which was more affordable than La Quinta. La Quinta is more a high-end community with more expensive property. In Palm Desert, there was a very good school district, and there were neighborhoods that had houses within our price range that were in that school district. So we made an offer on a house that I had seen online that I really liked.
Okay. So when you say really liked, was this just from a personal perspective or also from a business perspective?
I guess from the business perspective, because it was within our price range, and a personal perspective because just judging from the picture of the house, it looked like a house that I could see myself living in. Of course, we needed to see it in person first, but...
Okay. So when did you close and move into this house in Palm Desert?
We finally moved there in the summer
Of
2005.
Okay. And in terms of the situation, how big was this house?
The house was, I can't remember the square footage, somewhere around 1,400, maybe 1,500. It had 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, an open floor plan with the living room, dining area, and kitchen. It had a pool in the back, fruit trees, mature landscaping, palm trees, a front yard.
What was the living situation in terms of the bedrooms? Did you and Daryl share one? Describe that bit of it for us.
I had my bed, he had his bed, so we moved them both in, and I kind of kept the master bedroom sort of as my own space, and he had another bedroom that he kind of, like when he came home from work, he would call it his cave time. He needed about 45 minutes to just decompress, and he kind of just vegged out in front of CNN or something like that. And then after that, we would just sort of hang out.
Okay. Did Jack have a bedroom as well?
Yes, Jack had the other bedroom.
And how often did Jack live with the two of you?
He came on the weekends, 2 to 3 days a week.
And from your perspective, do you feel like you had a good relationship with Jack?
Yeah, we grew closer after moving to Palm Desert. Yeah, I did. I had a good relationship. It wasn't like a motherly kind of role. It was more like, I guess, having grown up with younger siblings, Jack felt more like a little brother to me.
And your relationship with Daryl at this point in time in 2006, or 2005, excuse me, when you moved into this home, what was the status of your romantic relationship with Daryl?
We were boyfriend-girlfriend. We were in a committed monogamous relationship, not necessarily headed for marriage, but I was in love with him.
You say not necessarily headed for marriage. Had Daryl's perspective, as you saw it, did that change from that initial advisement, I guess, that he gave you a couple years prior?
I was not under any impression that he had changed his mind about his position on marriage.
Okay. Do you want to take a break now?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will take the noon recess at this time. Please be back in the designated area at 1:25. Please remember the admonition. Have a nice lunch. You are excused.
Please stand for the jury.